Alright, I'm making this video for one person, but posting it is much easier to make this video than it is for me to send a giant wall of text to this person because, that's just, you're not going to read it. That's just being honest with you. You're not. You don't care. It's fine. I wouldn't care either. But yeah, it kind of bothers me. So I have to try to figure out how to explain it to you in a way. Looks like giant balls. This is actually pretty decent. I don't think I can afford it, but I would definitely throw it on there. It's a better one. Okay. Interesting. I think it's... Yeah, we're going to have to figure that one out. Anyways, putting balls on my ship aside, let me see if I can't figure out how to explain this to you in a way that's not going to sound like I'm talking down to you or that I'm lecturing you or I am attacking you, because I'm not trying to attack you, right? The way you play a game is your prerogative. The way I play a game is my prerogative. There is no right and there is no wrong when it comes to it. It's just your opinions and my opinions. And I can respect your opinions, but I don't think that you respect anybody's opinion but your own. So let's try to figure this out. See if I can't, make this work in a way that we could both be like, yo, all right, cool, I understand this. I told you the other day that I was never going to play another game with you ever again. And I meant that, right? Because the way you play games messes with my experience when I play a game, right? I never really liked the way that you forced your experiences on everybody else, right? Because you feel like your experience is the right experience. But it's not. Whatever is the most fun course of action is the right experience, especially when you're thinking of a group of people, right? So, let me see if I can't sum this up pretty quickly, because I'm going to lose your attention because I've already kind of shit on you by saying what I just said. But hear me out, right? I never liked Search and Destroy as a mode, and I didn't like that style game in Gears of War. I only played it to placate you, but whenever you weren't on, I'd play the mode that I would like to play alone. That's just how it worked, right? Um, I didn't like watching other people play a game that I had limited time. I had to sleep, I had to work, I had to go to school. So I had limited time in watching other people play a game, which is okay now because I don't have to go to school, right? But get inside the stage ship. All right. At the time, I just didn't have the wherewithal, the drive to like playing it that way. After a while, because I was forced to grow up faster or whatever happened, I was forced to
all is well, Captain.
Basically figure out how to afford games that you guys were just buying very easily because you guys had a backup plan and I didn't really have a plan. My mom quit buying me games. I moved out. I had to basically fend for myself, and the amount of games I can get a year, I was like, I can't just buy every game. I can only buy games that I want to buy. And then, that's basically what happened. And seriously, that's what happened. So, what I did was, I stepped away from it, That's when I quit playing Call of Duty, when they nerfed the glitch where you can change your care packages. I was like, it wasn't even a glitch, it was a gameplay feature. They just didn't know that many people would be into it. I had fun playing that. When they took that away, I quit having fun. The experience soured, and I said, I'm going to go play something else. And I went to go play Final Fantasy 11 because I wanted to play something where I had my own agency to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And that's why I left basically gaming to basically kind of dip my toe into PC gaming, which although I was playing a PC game on consoles, I eventually migrated from what do you call it, consoles to PC because of it. I guess I'm like adding extra fluff to this because none of that matters. What matters is trying to explain to you that my experience with games and your experience with games is different. The point being is very simple, right? When I made the decision to leave the herd, leave the group, to find my own group, and I did. I really did find a whole group of people that were like-minded like me, and we all play the same games, and I still play games with those people now, right? I've known those people for almost as long as I've known you, and I still play games with them. We don't argue or anything like that. If a game aligns in a way that both of us like it, I'll play it with that person. And the same thing with everybody. However, I will not play a game that I don't like. Right? I refuse to play a game I don't like. Me and Nemesis X, whatever we're gonna call him right now. This guy looks like a monkey, and I wish I could do plastic surgery on him, but I can't. We were playing like a game called Black Desert. It is a terrible game. It's an MMO, and the MMO has PvP in it. Well, the people who are PvPing are high level, right? And their whole thing is gatekeeping being high level from other people because it has no level limit. If you can level up, and here's the thing, there are guys who will grind like 8 hours a day, 7 days a week to get a level in that game, one level every 2 or 3 months, right? It's fucked. I didn't find the game fun because those same guys would go to the EXP areas and just destroy everything. Destroy your ships, destroy your EXP party. You had to pay real money to try to increase the EXP, but you can't do it for just yourself. Do it for the entire server. So if you do it for the entire server, that means you're basically calling PvP to come to your area and tear you up. It wasn't fun. Me and him both looked at each other one day. And we don't play on the same schedule because he works days and I typically work nights. So me and him just sat down one day and I said, I'm not enjoying this game. And he said it too. We just both quit playing the game. We both thought the other person was enjoying the game, but neither one of us were enjoying the game. I say that because we tend to have such a problem with Baldur's Gate 3. Dang, man, dry throat. We have a problem with Baldur's Gate 3 because, get this drink in. Alright. We have a problem with Baldur's Gate 3 because you have, in my opinion, and I'm an asshole, so don't listen to me on this one, but you have goopy goblin Bethesda brain, right? Where in this ship that I own, you would pick up everything that's not nailed to the ground, and then you would take it to a vendor and then sell it. And I understand that. That's Bethesda, right? That there are items in the game that have no purpose or use other than filling this big, empty void world that exists, right? However, um, for me specifically, I kind of had to push past that, right? There are some items that mean something in the game. There are items that don't mean anything. In a game where you have inventory weight, I don't want to pick up plates, cups, spoons, bowls, knives, um, etc. Because if it's not going to help me get to the end uh, trajectory, it's not worth it. All it is just at that point, it should just be I'm opening up chests full of gold, right? And not even that much gold, in my opinion, right? So, the way I do things is when I'm playing a game, I'll look through and I'll be like, that's not relevant, that's not relevant, that's not relevant. And I'll just go, nope, not doing that, nope, not doing that, nope, not doing that. So, I look at the objectives, I go, what is the most that you could probably, even my crew's coughing, that's hilarious. I look at the objective and I go, all right, what's the easiest way to get what I need out of it, right? You, at the beginning of Baldur's Gate 3, thought that you had to lockpick anything that you could. And then you're like, I don't know why I'm not getting experience for it. It was just like, the experience is just you got the item. It's not Skyrim or this stupid game, right? And therein lies the problem. Bethesda taught you to strip an area of all of the resources that you possibly could do to get ahead. And that's great in a single player situation, right? Do what you want to do. It's your sandbox. Play in it. But when you have other people in your game, nobody is going to wait for you to do certain things, right? I would like for you to do it this way, right? If me and you were playing a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, which we're never going to do ever again, we're probably not going to play any other games together because I don't see this problem resolving itself. I would like it, because honor mode is hard, unnecessarily hard. I didn't even know it was only hard just because people were whining about the game being so easy. So they made it, and a friend of mine who plays D&D, dude's awesome. He gives me all the lore and all the crap that I would not have even known, right? I'm asking him questions about stuff because he's into that lifestyle. This is a guy that I work with who's about to come to my shift that I might actually play tabletop D&D with, right? And he said honor mode is just hard for the sake of being hard. It's not a flex. Maybe the achievement's good, but it almost has no purpose, and it takes fun out of the game, right? In a combat scenario, I found out that because I was playing honor runs to try to figure out how to low man a fight or being able to win a fight with less characters, because I felt like I had to carry our combat scenarios because I don't know what you put your stats into. Your gear's kind of all over the place. You're not trying to get gear for it. You're just trying to, I guess, quote unquote, play the game. And I'm just like, that's cool. It's cool and all. I don't understand why you don't sell everything. Your characters are always constantly on the verge of being overweight. Also, you limit your ability to move in that game. If your weight is over a certain percentage, you take less steps to move in a direction. I get it. metagaming, I just did air quotes. But why would you choose the hardest combat difficulty and then yell at me for trying to be better at combat in the game? It makes no sense. It's the equivalent of yelling at your cat for shitting in the cat box. Like, isn't that what you want them to do? Right? I'm not gonna be like, bad cat, and then like beat him with a garden hose. No, I'm not gonna do that. Right? If you wanted to play a story-based game, stop with the extra stuff or play custom. You can increase the difficulty of certain things and decrease the difficulty of certain things. But us playing on an honor run, hell, you can do a single save, right? Us doing an honor run is kind of too, like, I get it, right? You like the idea of, hey, if we die, we got to start over. But then we've been exploiting that little glitch thing, so it's almost as if the honor run doesn't matter. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason why I've been using the vendor glitch is because you pick up everything, and the only way I can secure items in the game for my character is to buy them, because anything that can be picked up is siphoned through you. You wanted to keep the Necromancer book? I should have let you keep it, even though I was playing the Necromancer. As soon as you would have took the Necromancer book and started using it, I would have immediately stopped being a wizard. I would have said, forget it, I'm going to play a rogue. And I would have changed my character to a ranger. And then I would have did that. It was the easiest way to do it, right? I told you what my character was. I planned out what I could plan for my character, and you go, no, I want everything. That's true and not true. I'm being petty right now. My point is this, right? I get it. Discuss what you guys want for gear or whatever, or it doesn't matter, right? If you're playing a game in a multiplayer game, how am I going to not be racing to a point to get a piece of gear that I know you're just going to hoard or sell that I would need? You would say, hey, say something about it, but I don't know all the gear in the game's locations. I haven't played every class, right? The classes that you choose kind of pigeonhole me into something, a certain playstyle. We have no charisma in our main line of characters. You're not worried about charisma, so I almost have to play a charisma character to pass speech checks. But guess what? You're doing all the speech regardless of the fact. So now, I mean, like, what do I do? I gotta play something that I want to play, I guess. But I also had to play something that's going to be utility. But I also had to play something that's not going to be squishy as hell and die. It messes with the experience of the game, right? I understand me doing the money glitch. It messes with your experience of the game. But you also mess with my experience of the game. And the only way we could have made it work is if you just go, okay, cool, he can buy whatever the hell he wants to. That's fine. If he wants 1,000 strength potions, sure. That works for him. If that works for him, that works for him. In the same way that I go, hey, you can pick up every item in the game, right? Take them. I can't do anything with them. You're not going to allow me to do anything with them. You just don't have the flexibility, because I can only flex so far before I go, alright, I'm done with this. I was playing Magic Arena to try to mitigate the time that you're walking around the village doing nothing. We had a playthrough that was over 9 hours, by the way, right? And all we had done was unlock withers and be in the village while you stole everything that you could steal with the Starian. Right? I quit playing a stealth character, right? What is the point of both of us having lock-picking characters other than racing to see who can unlock something? Like, at this point, if I wanted to get something, the only way I could do it is to beat you into the location and then cast what was the lock spell? There's a lock spell that makes it so you can't bust into the place unless I open it with another spell. That's it. This is very long, and I know you're not going to listen to it. It's very boring. But a friend of mine said something along the lines of this. It's like, you remember when you used to play a single player game and you used to wish it was multiplayer? And I was like, yeah. But then I thought about it, because it was just like a guy said something about having a multiplayer Skyrim. And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, that would have been cool, but now I know how not cool it is, because if I was playing a multiplayer Skyrim, it would most likely be with you, and then as soon as I started doing stuff, you'd be like, you don't even look at anything, because you don't care about the story, and I'm like, aren't we supposed to be killing Alduin? Why the hell are we dealing with the Thieves Guild? What do they matter in the greater story of saving the world from this god dragon? And then you'd say that I don't know anything about any stories, and I'm stupid, and I'm retarded, and I'm dumb, and all I do is listen to the meta of the game and all the rest of that crap. And then I'd just say, alright, I'll play it with somebody else and have the time of my life. Because I'm not trying to attack their play. Hell, this guy just taught me something the other day. I had no idea that now I have to incorporate in every one of my playthroughs. Like, I know that you don't care about the double EXP mod or the increase your level cap, but it's a very fun play. It's a very fun way to play. And I know you're like, it's for you maybe, but I'm like, they don't really give a lot of EXP in the game. I also didn't know that Commander's ult could actually be beaten much easier on lower difficulties, because his resistance to your damage rolls is much lower when you're not playing in honor mode. Honor mode, he's almost invincible. Unless you cheese him. Which we did. But, hey. If you hate this video, call me an asshead or whatever you want to call me. And then block me on all social media and block my number and never talk to me. But if you feel like having an actual discussion, hit me up. I'm off work today.